is up, guys, and welcome back to a Magic the Gathering challenge. So, my PC crashed, which unfortunately does mean that I just lost all of match 1 against Amulet Titan as well as game 1 against Living End, so I'm kind of disappointed about that, not to mention I wasn't able to sideboard. So, a little bit bummed to say the least, because these would have been either Disruptor Flutes or would have been, whatchamacallit, Chalice of the Voids, respectively, had we had been able to sideboard. So that's really rough. I'm genuinely disappointed about that, because opponent likely is going to have Inevitable Betrayal here and grab either Vestige or, more likely than not, Sire's 7 Deaths. That is less than ideal. I'm going to play a Eldrazi. I'm going to say that they're likely on the Inevitable Betrayal play. So I'm going... Okay. Sure, I suppose. Well, you know, I actually don't know. I don't know why my opponent just scooped there. I mean, that was going to be what? 5-7 damage there alone. If they betrayed, we would have been able to pick up whatever they grabbed off with another Wastegate and hasted that. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I'll take the win. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just confused to why they conceded so quickly. That said, solid 2-0 win in match 2 against Living End. Again, really disappointed that we lost the footage for Amulet Titan, which we did win in match 1. Handed loss game 1. But really solid, grindy wins in games 2 and 3, thanks to Dampening Sphere. So very happy with the results there. One of the reasons why I play Dampening Sphere. Just a little bit disappointing, of course, that we weren't able to demonstrate that. But it is what it is. We'll roll with the punches, and we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Fingers crossed that we do not get any crashes. Ghost Quarters. You are the bane of my existence here. If you were a uncharted territory, secluded courtyard, you would be so much better, but you're not. If I played Writhing Chrysalis, you would be. Even then, though, I'm not sure it'd be great. I mean, 10, 14 hits off top, I would keep, but I think I mulligan this, because we have Wastegate on 2, Linebreaker on 3 at the earliest. It's not the worst hand in the world, it just could be better, maybe? Ugh. 10 hits off top for Linebreaker on 3, 2 draws in. I mean, it's not bad, actually. Fine, we'll keep it. I'll keep it. I think we go Forest here. That way, in case they play an artifact or enchantment, that I can exile the Wastegate when we draw into a 7-minute value spell. Or a Temple, which is 10 hits off the top, then we have the ability to do so. I'll pass. Fluted Delta, pass, draw. Null Drifter, Imprint. I'm going to Imprint and I think hold here. We could play the Wastegate, but I think I'm going to Ramp Exile, the K command, try and dig for something here. Fluted Delta fetch down to 19, Surveil trigger. Looks like it might be Blink. So this Wastegate actually might be worth holding. If they go untap land pass, we hold the K command. Yep, so we are going to hold the K command, draw. There's Glaive Fleshbreaker, Ghost Quarters pass, hold the K command. Fetch, down to 18. Shock and Watery Grave, and show me Felia. Sure enough, there they are. And Rampant Exile. If I don't Ramp Exile, do you want to Scry Draw Exile? If I Ramp Exile, then we'll have 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually kind of want to Scry Draw here, not gonna lie. And done. E-Temp and Breaker. Breaker's appealing for a number of reasons. At the same time, yeah, I guess we will go top draw. And pass. Because we can play Fleshraker next turn and then Breaker the turn after. Yeah, I suppose. The next turn, we can play both Fleshrake and Wastegate if they played an Overlord, but we don't. So in that case, I'll play E-Temp and cast Fleshrake, and we'll pass. So next turn we can play World Break. Is this another Felia? That's annoying, admittedly. Fetch, Marsh Flat, Surveil. No Pulp Fountain tapped. They have multiple black sources, so I can't really stop them from interacting with an Overlord. But we can exile the Overlord next turn with World Break. Quantum Riddler. Ooh. Yeah, I guess that is something I have to consider here. It's not just the Overlord to contend with. Shoot. Blink. We could block. Honestly, I think it might be worth it. I will block. As much as I want to keep this Fleshrake, getting that dog off the board is very much worth it. I think we can block the Quantum Riddler with World Breaker. Overlord. Yes. In that case, I'll pass. Riddler Warp. And draw. TKS. That's actually interesting to me. Wastegate's doing not much. We could TKS instead of World Break. The thing is, if I don't World Break, they could end up with 5 mana to hard cast a whatchamacallit, Overlord or Riddler. Riddler's double blue, so it might be better for me to go after blue-black then. Let's do that. So that way they don't have access to double blue. And I'll pass. Again, this can block the Riddler. Alright, let's say you, opponent. Seven, 5. So I'd need a E-Temp to play a Null Drift, but I think I'm more likely to play the TKS next turn. Yeah. Paying cost for another Warped Riddler. Draw a card. They could have Ephem. Yeah, that's actually really annoying. And Solitude, Exile, Solitude. Yeah. And then Exile, Clarion Fleshrake, hit for 6, Warp, draw. Ooh. Yeah, I think we just Allah's Dust then, right? Yeah, I think that is correct. The one of Allah's Dust. And pass. Alright, 3 left in hand. No Ephem targets. Hellish Shrine tapped. Ephem pass. Paying cost for... Overlord of the Baelmerk, so we can exile that. Do you grab another Riddler or Solitude? Whatever you grab, we can then exile TKS. Returns Emperor Bones. Plays Emperor Bones. Not thrilled about that. Eats K command. Draw. Sire's 7 deaths. Sire's appealing. So let's start off with TKS, and then we can Wastegate Battle Mage, exile Overlord. Always yield. Riddler, Solitude. Of course you have a Solitude and a Riddler. Do you have a double blue? You do not. So I think getting rid of the Solitude might be better. I mean, single blue Warp and then a Fatal Push is actually really obnoxious. I guess in that case we might want to get rid of the Riddler. Damn. I'll get rid of the Riddler. Not thrilled by it, but I think it might be right. And then kick the Wastegate. Exile the Overlord. And pass. If they use the Solitude on something that's not a Sire, that would be worth it. You guys need to be mindful of this Fatal Push. If they find a fetch, then they'll be able to draw off the TKS, which is a bit of a downside of TKS in this matchup. Probably wild cut it. What's my sideboard here, though? Dismember? Yeah, I'll probably cut some TKS. Oh, or grab Solitude, so you can now Solitude the TKS. Yep. TKS down, draw a card, 2 unknown. Attack. I mean, you can otherwise just Fatal Push this. I'm gonna block to mitigate damage. Down to 10, up to 17. Ephem. Emperor Bones, draw. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. So, there is a thought to line break. Yeah, I'll line break here. Red, colorless. I'm going to use that as a lightning rod for the Solitude, ideally. You can also return Null Drifter to hand next turn. Attack for 4. Down to 13. Okay, so now they can just hard cast the Solitude. Ugh. Attack for 4. Yep. End step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to return Null Drifter to hand. And play everything in our deck right now. Draw. Play the Gemstone. Cast the Null Drifter. I guess I should have waited, admittedly. Actually, what is your double planes? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I wonder something. Get the Holophone. I think I'm right. I think they don't have any more basics. Let's see it, friend. Am I correct? Float. I guess maybe the one downside of this is now they can Fatal Push. Ah, damn. I was incorrect. Phase change. Fatal Push. And I guess that's one downside. I should have probably attacked first. Like, I wanted to haste the Null Drifter. Alright. In that case, we'll phase change. And then cast Null Drifter. Yeah, I probably should have attacked first, admittedly. But I was trying to see if maybe I could bait out that Solitude. I will pass. And pass. I feel like if I played the Solitude, though, I would have seen that the Null Drifter, the Solitude would have come out a bit faster. Maybe. There's Solitude. Solitude out. It's the Null Drifter. Attack for 4. Draw. Secluded Courtyard or a waste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's kind of interesting to me. We could warp in Sire, but I think I'm just going to cast it. Warp in Sire. Now if it leaves battlefield, we can put a warp in, not warp in, play anti-causal. Now if it leaves the battlefield, I can put in place Sire for free, basically. I'll pass. Thoughtseize, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Of all the things ready to play right there. Paying cost. I mean, if you exile anti-causal, still draw a card, and I have a ton of hits off top. Emperor Bones. There's an Overlord of the Baelmerk, there's Felia. So you have options here. You could Felia, Flicker, Battle Mage, and then Sire 7 Deaths. Hey. Baelmerk, okay. That's what I figured. And then returns Felia. Do I take the 5? Grab Solitude. That way they can pitch Felia. That would make the most sense. Exile anti-causal. Or do they just pocket it? Thing is, right now they have 11 damage on board, so if I attack on the crackback, I lose. Yeah, them Thoughtseize in the Sire is unfortunate. I wonder if maybe warping into anti-causal would have been right. Returns Flickerwisp. I will block. Put in play the Flesh Rake. Draw. Cast It That Heralds. So now we have another blocker. They already know about the Secluded Courtyard, so we'll play it, name Eldrazi, and pass. Can't attack here. They have Flickerwisp, they have Felia. 5 cards in hand. Flickerwisp targets. Solitude. Solitude will probably eat the Flesh Rake. The spawns are free blockers. In that case, it might just be worth me double blocking here. Yeah, probably. Solitude will come back, but we're going to lose something anyways, and then we're at a disadvantage. Solitude ETBs and then does nothing as a response. I guess I should have held back the that Heralds, actually. Yeah, that's my mistake. I forgot about the fact that, yeah. So what I should have done is, well, I guess it just would have been exiled. I would have gained life for it, though, so, yeah. Bit of misplay on my part. I haven't seen Ketramos, and I don't think I will. So I think of a Jukabog here might be right. Bajuka Bog, target use, no more Overlord shenanigans, no more Emperor Bone shenanigans. And pass and fold, you have an Ephem. There's Felia. So you can flicker the Soy Mycospawn, hit me for 5, 8, 12. So I'm gonna be down a significant amount. Enchanter, not doing much. Yeah, the extra 2 life may have been relevant. Draw. K command. So, what can I do here? We already played the All Is Dust, right? Yeah. Is there a way I can win right now? Is the question. So I can ramp Scry Draw. I don't think there's a way I can win, no. Though we could find a Devourer to eat the Flicker Wisp. Yeah, that might not be wrong. Because the Flicker Wisp is what can attack over. At the same time, if I just go Ramp Exile. See, this is kind of annoying no matter how I look at it. I could exile the Flicker Wisp as the only thing of flying. Do I want a red source in case of a line breaker? Probably not, right? 7 down to 6, 9, 10, 13. Actually, 13. I think I do want to hold back a red source. Hold the phone. Because if I hold back a red source, then I might be able to make this work. Scry Draw. So we would sack 2, leaving 5, 6, 7, 7, 10. No, it wouldn't be enough is the problem. And we somehow whiffed on our Devourers. That's wild to me. So I wonder if it's just better to hold. Pitch the Mycospawn, pitch the E-Temp. Flesh Rake Cavern. Do we use the Line Breaker? I don't think so. I think I pitch all draw. Hit that Heralds. And pass. So we'll take 3 from the Flicker Wisp, but we have plenty of blockers. They can Felia the That Heralds. We'd block the Mycospawn, block, block, block. And then sack to the Solitude. So we're not dead yet. Man, the fact that we didn't see a single Devourer is surprising. Wild. Interesting. Spellbomb, draw a card. Yard's gone. Flooded Strand, Emperor Bones, exiles nothing. Felia, flickers what? Yep, hit that Heralds, makes sense to me. We'll take the 3. We'll sacrifice the spawns so they don't gain life. Felia down. And pass. Felia trigger. Draw. TKS isn't enough. Shoot. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm short on the Flicker Wisp. So I'll concede. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright. So just blink. Yeah, if I kept the Line Breaker, I wonder if that would have been different, because we would have been a Line Breaker and it that Heralds, and that probably would have been enough, admittedly. Drop the Gemstone, keep the Bog, keep the Ghost Quarter. Cut a TKS? Yeah, that seems right. Yeah, maybe the Line Breaker was correct. We could have Line Breakered, attacked in, and then blocked the spawns. That would have forced them to hold back more blockers. Yeah. Yeah. That may have been the right move in retrospect. Maybe. Could have had one less spawn. Like I said, of attacking for 10, they wouldn't have been forced to block is the problem. But then they would have to deal fit in some way, shape, or form, whether it be Felia, Flicker the Solitude, or to find a way to Ephem or cast another Solitude. Yeah, the Line Breaker may have been the right move. On the play for game 2, I'm gonna mulligan. This is not much better. Yeah. Mulligan down to 5. I'll keep this one. Keep the Wastscape. Keep the Devourer. Drop a Waste, drop a Mountain, or drop a Sire? I think we drop a Sire instead. Let's drop the Mountain in case of a White Orchid Phantom. Reveal. Trigger. There's Vestige, there's K Command, there's this Member. I'll take the K Command since I'm on the play. Play E-Temp and pass. And pass. So I guess maybe the K Command isn't... Yeah, actually on the play it doesn't matter too much since I can't make it 2. So maybe this Member is better. Possibly. If they wait Orchid, then Big Sad. I'm going to play the Waste just in case, and pass. Marsh Flats fetched, then the 19. Surveil. Watery Grave tapped. And hold. Witch Blessed. Quantum Riddler, draw a card? Okay. Warp Trigger. We could K Command here to ramp. Not sure if that would be worth it right now, so I'm going to hold. Draw. Ghost Quarter is interesting here. I'll play Ghost Quarter and pass. And hold. Black Thoughtseize in response. I'm gonna ramp and scry draw. See if you have a consign, I suppose. Interesting. And I imagine they take the Devourer. Thing is, neither one of these are great. We don't need the lab, and I don't need the dust right now, I suppose. Draw, line break, and pass. I might end up taking the line break, honestly. We're at a time deficit, so I do need to play this quickly. They have a White Orchid Phantom. That could be a problem. They take the line break. Draw. K command. Name Eldrazi. We know they don't have a consign here, so that's good news. Let's see if you have Felia. Fetch. Gala Shrine, Shock. Show me Felia. Felia, ETB, K command. I'm gonna scry draw exile here. And keep my 2 spawns. Felia down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna say bottom, top cavern in case they White Orchid. And pass, and pass. Yeah, what do I even want off the top here at this point? I mean, Cyrus out and Death wouldn't be bad. Null Drifter I'd take. Basically, in my 7-minute value spells, I want value off this Devourer. That doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. Draw. World Break. Name Eldrazi. Cast World Breaker. And exile your blue source. Do you have consign? Let's see the consign. Felia. Alright. Paying cost for push. And pass. Alright, so I need a land off top for Devourer. They can flicker the World Breaker, but I no longer need to worry about consign or the Sphinx, but we do need to worry about Overlord. So I'll probably flicker the Overlord, pick up the Solitude, exile the World Breaker so the Felia sticks. We'll have to exile the Overlord next turn. We can even bounce the Felia. So it's not the end of the world. Yep. Yep, and then probably pick up Solitude again. That'd be my guess. Picks up Solitude, I imagine. Return Solitude, yep. Alright. Secluded Courtyard. So we could just go for the exile. But I'm going to go for the full kicker. Blue, green, colorless, and exile, and bounce, and yield all, and pass. So they have Solitude in hand. Pledge Strand, fetch the 10. Meticulous Archive. I doubt that I see a Flicker Wisp flickering the Witch Bless, but I do need to be mindful of that potential play and hold up priority. We'll hold. And pass. Draw. Another Wayscape. I'll attack. Swamp and Plains are in Yard. Push. Swamp Plains in Yard. So you probably have at least one more Plains, I think. I'll pass. Euphelia. Yep. They hold up Flooded Strand. I wonder if they have a consign then. Would make the most sense. Quantum Riddler. Yes. You draw one. Maybe I was right to hit the Meticulous Archive. Though I think they have a Hallowed Fountain, so a bit of a moot point. Riddler. I'll draw another card. Hit me for 2, down to 21. End step trigger. Felia. So what I want to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to devour the Riddler. Secluded Courtyard. Name Eldrazi. Yeah, that would be my best chance of it. I wonder though. I'm gonna Ghost Quarter your Godless Shrine. Float black. Yeah, so I was right about the Plains at least. Phase change. Nope, you want to make sure this uncounterable, please. And attempt to exile Riddler. Let's see, the consign. Fetch for Hallowed Fountain, yeah. That's what I guessed. The body on board is relevant, though. And pass. Yeah, this does, like, the Riddler does generally make the deck more resilient into the face of Wasescape. Because before Wasescape was a significant threat, another Overlord. I'll re-pick up. Actually, there is no Solitude. No, Solitude's in hand, isn't it? So it probably picks up Flicker Wisp. Yep. Cast Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp Overlord or Devour? Devour. Kind of same difference. Though I guess Felia does grow as a result. Yep. And picks up Felia. So, unless they do have Solitude, we know that for a fact. We can TKS here. So if I TKS, I can only exile, not bounce, though. Yeah, so we know they have Solitude, we know they have Felia is the only problem. That's annoying. I mean, I'll go for it. Blue, green, colorless. Unless I'm mistaken, they should have the Solitude in hand. Exile. We can bounce the Quantum Riddler, we can bounce the Felia. I'll bounce the Felia. You know you have the Solitude. Double Felia in hand. I just need to get some bodies off board. Yeah, like going for the Flick Wrist doesn't do as much as I would hope. Yep, there's a Solitude, Pitchophelia. So we knew that was going to be the case. Pass. Another actually really unfortunate. 7. And draw. Give me a Sire 7 deaths. Flesh Rake. Triggers. I'm not dead yet, thankfully. ETB triggers. Fatal Push, Riddler, Felia. We'll get rid of the Riddler. And pass, because if we can survive a turn with Flesh Rake on board and draw into a colorless color source, we win. Or colorless permanent, yeah. Because Push is doing nothing right now. Whereas Riddler could have enabled Push. Shouty Backstreet, Surveil. Thoughtseize to Yard. You can't attack either. Because if you do, you lose. I guess you have Felia, but still it's not enough. Can you attack at all? You need 3 blockers. So you can attack with 1 Riddler. Yeah. That's pretty much all you can do is attack with 1 Riddler. You can flash in Felia. No, I guess you can push the Wasescape. Yeah, that's true. So you can actually attack with 2 Riddlers. Push the Wasescape. Block the Flash Rake, block the TKS. Maybe better than in that case to attack with Quantum Riddler and Flicker Wisp. Yeah, probably. Leave behind a Riddler and Felia to block the Flesh Rake TKS. Okay, +1. And draw. Get that Heralds will do it. Triggers. Pain, cost 4, and Bone Scoops. Alright. We got there, but we do not have much time on the clock, I'll tell you what. We'll cut another TKS and run it back. Yeah, the Riddler is a genuinely concerning card. Huh. It really does improve this matchup. Because like I said, before Wasescape could just deal with Overlords, and we're like, okay, sure, an Overlord, I don't care, I can exile that later. But the Riddlers are harder to deal with. They have evasion, it draws some cards, they can warp for 2 mana. It's basically a pseudo-lord, but a bit more resilient. I have to mulligan this. Jesus. Mulligan that too. I'll keep this. Pitching what though? Pitch Causal, pitch Flesh Rake, hold up Interaction? Yeah, I suppose so. Maybe it's better to pitch a Ghost Quarter. And pass. Watergrave tapped and hold. And hold. I need an E-temp here. No dice. Play Ghost Quarter. Pass. Let's see the Felia. Yeah. I needed interaction. I really needed that E-temp, unfortunately. Because now they can Riddler or they can Overlord. What is it? Riddler. Yeah, that's dangerous. Play a trigger Riddler. Takes the 2 down to 18. Riddler Warp, Felia, draw another card. Do I K command here? No, I think I hold, draw Vestige. Play a mountain, and let's see if they fetch on end step. Otherwise, they're holding up Consign then. That sucks so much. Overlord of the Belmerk. I need to attempt this now then. Ramp and exile. And done. And pass in full. Show me the Consign. Yeah. I was afraid of that. Yeah, I think they have this one. Picks up the Solitude, no doubt. Flickers the Overlord. Picks up the Felia to fetch the Solitude. I guess they could also grab the Riddler. Picks up a Bog for a land. E-Temp. No, they can just flicker the Felia, so doing this is nonsensical. We'll concede. GG's. Close match, just a little bit of an awkward hand. I really need interaction for Felia. Like, Felia is a kill on sight card, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Alright, well, we'll be back for match 4. Alright, we're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. I will keep. This hand's a bit interesting. We're looking for K command, TKS, Glaring Flesh Rake, It That Heralds, Anti-Causal Vestige, Bobble target self, so they have a fetch. No. Okay, so like what they saw on top. Bobble trigger, draw, devour trigger. I kind of want to say none of this, honestly. Yeah, I do not want any of it. We'll say no. Draw fresh. There's a battle mage. I'll pass up for a green source. And pass. So that we can exile Saga. Like, on one hand, I want to turn on play. On the other hand, I think getting rid of the Saga is better. What are we playing against? Probably Affinity, if I had to guess. What the? Oh. Is this Dice Factory? Draw. It That Heralds, of course. Play the It That Heralds. And pass. So now another soul land gets me to a Devour or Sire. A green source again can get rid of a Saga. So yeah, this seems like Dice Factory. Floats. Surprised they didn't put a charge counter on Everflowing Chalice earlier. Sacrifice 2, now makes 3, 6. Flesh Rake into Flesh Rake. Yep. I'm in danger. Down to 18. Plays Cornucopia for 0. Hugins Lab, no imprint, and casting a Forge. Yeah. Looks like it, right? Or a K command X2? Ooh boy. Yeah, that's a bad time for me. I think I might die here. Oh shit. It's a risky hand. Down to 6. And down to 2. And then Tormod's Crypt and then I'll concede. Alright, so Dice Factory, lost for game 1, Wayscape good. Chalice of the Void actually decent here. Thief is good here. Could argue Dismember. cut the gemstone, keep the ghost quarter, cut bog. TKS is good here. Dust can get cut, and then maybe an anti-causal. We could also argue flute and cut 2 more anti-causal. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Because flute can name Karn. Let's run it back like this then. On the play for game 2. So if we draw into an E-temp or lab, I mean, this is a very fast clock. Let's see it. Otherwise, we'll probably cycle on turn 2 to guarantee a land on 3, so we can then start going off on line breakers. But I think if we go line break and line break and line break, we should just win. Like, I don't see a situation where we don't. Reveals Devourer. Plays Cavern Souls. Name Eldrazi. And pass. And pass. Reveals. Search Node. Chalice. Cornucopia. E-temp. Pass. Draw. Ghost Quarter. I mean, we could Ghost Quarter, but it's not what I want to do. We can hold the K command question mark. Yeah, I'll hold the K command. We could scry draw, but is there a benefit to doing so? Forest. Flash Ray. If they make us spawn, then we can, yeah. Makes us spawn. Opal. 1 unknown left in hand. Phase change. I will scry draw exile spawn. And done. Alright. Draw a card, Myco spawn. And phase change. Alright, well, I mean, 3 turns of line breakers. Let's see it. Target me. Opal's offline. Myco spawn. Yeah, variance might cost us here. We'll find out though. Line break. Attack for 4. Down to 16. Next turn we'll attack for 10. Unless we draw into a soul land. If we draw into a soul land, we can attack with Myco spawn as well. Green. For K command, X2. They have soon to be 3 unknowns in hand. Yep. Another flash rake. Yep. Down to 13. Attack. Down to 11. Draw. Soul land. Thank you. Myco spawn. Always yield. For an E-temp. And then line break. So we should probably keep Myco spawn back as a blocker. Target and target. Always yield. Attack for 12. Down to 4. Alright, if we make it the turn, we win. Can we turn the corner? 4 tapper. down to 5. And opponent scoops. We were very close to dead. Alright. So we want to bring back Gemstone. What do we want to cut for that, though? V for Karn. We already cut Bajuka Bog. We want to keep the Ghost Quarter. I guess I could argue a Flute. Either that or a TKS, but TKS seems decent here. Chalice seems decent on 0. So I'm thinking... maybe Wasescape? Either that or Flute. I'm gonna pitch a Flute. At the same time, like, we have 3 pieces that interact with Karn, 3 pieces that interact with artifacts. Maybe we do ditch a TKS. Karn is only 4 cards, though, so maybe we do pitch a Flute. Alright, let's do that. On the draw for game 3. I will keep. We're going to be trying to ramp heavy into Sire 7 Death. If they play a Saga, we can Wasescape it. Devour Saga. Gemstone. And draw. K-Command. E-Temp pass. Mishra's Bauble, target me. We'll be back up to 7, pass. Saga, perfect timing. 2 for Everflowing Chalice. Yep. Pass, draw. Another K command, like that. Wasescape Battle Mage. Exile Saga. And pass. Next turn, I'm thinking K command instead of sowing Myco Spawn. Another Saga, would love another Wasescape. Do we see a, whatchamacallit? Flashraker. Flashraker would be annoying. Cornucopia. Opal. Core Tapper? No. Karn. Karn for what? Bridge. Interesting. Draw. Lab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lab Imprint Sire. Go to combat, hit Karn. Now I could Myco Spawn for a... Could Myco Spawn for a Ghost Core to hit Saga? Maybe. I'm going to... X equals 2. Huh. No, I'm gonna hold here. Hold for K command. Saga trigger. They can't both E-Bridge and Saga. And we have ways of getting through Bridge. Many ways, actually. They also have to get enough to where Wasescape can't attack under. So there's Bridge. Fleshraker. Okay. You can actually exile Fleshraker, Cornucopia. In response, I'm gonna ramp exile Fleshrake now. And done. And pass. So now you only have 2 mana. Perfect. So Bridge is offline. There's Ghost Quarter. And we can exile the spawn. So I'm thinking if I go Secluded Courtyard, name Eldrazi, kick the Sowing Myco spawn, kick Saga. Two cards in hand. Temple. Then K command, scry draw, exile spawn. We need to find a way to deal with bridge. There's another Sowing Myco spawn in courtyard and K command. Top and draw. Then combat, swing at Karn. Karn down. They have enough for bridge. I'm gonna go digging deep though for a way to deal with it though. Ghost Quarter. We can actually attack with Wayscape, funny enough. I'm going to ramp Scry Draw, hold up a green source. And done. So there is a lot of things we can do here. So I'm going to say bottom temp, bottom Chalice at this point. I'm going to say we will... I could attack in for actually a decent amount of damage next turn. So I'm going to say top and draw. And kick, then Snaring Bridge. And go to combat, swing for 5, down to 15. I suppose I could have probably kicked the Myco spawn, grabbed a green source, and kicked the Wayscape, potentially? Maybe. 3, 4, Cornucopia on 1, draw, kick Myco spawn, Myco spawn, kick, grab an temp, resolve, and opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. Good stuff. Solid win against Dice Factory. We'll be back for match number 5. Alright, we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. I will keep... I would love nothing else but to see a red source so I can line break here, but otherwise we can go Flesh Rake into Anti-Causal, which is appealing. So yeah, we go temp, ideally find a red source, otherwise we Flesh Rake. It also might just be better to Flesh Rake into line break rather than line break into Flesh Rake. Opponent mulligans down to 6. Alright. And let's go. Temp, pass, and pass. Could be an argument for playing the lab first in case of... Okay, so this is Amulet Titan. We need to go fast then. So I think we start with the line break, because line break in the Vestige would be ideal. Pick up a Seiju and draw. Cavernous Souls, perfect. Name Eldrazi. And let's start with a line break in the Vestige. Unfortunately, this Grazer will act as a blocker, obviously. Combat. Swing for 4. Oh, thank you. That is the best case scenario. You have no idea what you just allowed me to do. Next turn we'll have access to 5, so I wonder if we even imprint. Spelunking, that's a bit scary. And a Vigor. Yikes. Draw. Wasescape. Oh, interesting. So we can Wasescape. The only problem is they'll have one Amulet effect regardless. So I'm not sure it's worth it. So I'm going to, in that case, imprint. I'll still imprint here. That's 5. I wonder if... would it be more damage if I went Flush Rake in the Wasescape? That would give me 3, 4. 4 extra damage, 5, 6. No. So I think the anti-causal is better by comparison. Warp. Target anti-causal. Always yield. Attack for 12. Put a pause on our end step. Flesh Rake. And pass. If they don't win this turn, I will win. Let's see it. Scape Shift. Land. Titan. You only have one Amulet effect, though. Pact. Pact for Titan. So, Crumbling Vestige, Hainweir. Lotus Field, Lotus Field. Oh shit, do you have a second Titan? Or do you have a Aftermath Analyst? Oh, son of a... there was nothing I could do then. Actually though, hold the phone. What's the game plan here? Yeah, pause. What is the game plan here? The Seiju's in hand, which is fine. They need to use this mana before they attack, and they don't have the ability to haste Titan right now. I guess they can Urza Cave for Hainweir, shifting. Oh, that will do it. Yeah. I'm going to force them to go through the motions, just because it is a challenge. That's so brutal. Like, we 1000% had the win. Was this on the play or on the draw? We were on the play too. Jeez. Alright. Oh. Wait, what? Opponent scooped? I'm confused. What has happened? Why? Didn't they have the win? Am I crazy? They had double Lotus Field. And Aftermath Analyst? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. What happened? I mean, I'll take the win. I'm just wicked confused. Okay. Alright. Sure. So we want Damsphere, Flute. And maybe Thief. We cut the Dust. Cut Anti-Causal. Cut Bajuka Bog. And I think we cut a Thief, Disruptor Flute. Yeah, I think this was similar to that I realized in match 1, where maybe 2 flutes enough. Maybe you don't need the third. Like, the third does not come in often. Run it back, though. So if I draw into a soul land, that's good. The question then becomes what I'd want to draw into thereafter. Yeah, if 8 hits on the top for soul lands, we can dig 4 deep. So, like, the 8 hits is enough for turn 1. Hit that heralds. We'll keep. Reveal, pass. I mean, another soul land to hold up Decay command wouldn't be bad. Valakut. Ooh, that's actually good information to have that they're on the Valakut line. I might mulligan all here. As much as I do want this flute, I'm gonna say no to all. Flesh Rake, Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi, and pass. Yeah, this might be too slow. We still have another 8 hits off top in the second draw. Picks up Valakut. Passes, draw. Sire, whiff. So in that case, Forest. Hit that Heralds. And pass. And pass. Still another 8 hits off top for K Command X2. Otawara, Spelunking. Would love to see a Wastscape now. So 11 hits off top. Valakut, Vigor. Having redundancy is rough though, so maybe not. Don't want to see another Sire, but we do. In that case, is there a world where we want to hold up a K command? There is, if not for any reason to eat a mirror pool. I'm gonna go for 2 and pass and hold up the K command. It's awkward, but I think it is correct. Pact for what? Primeval Titan? Okay. Picks up Otawara. There's Titan. You can Hainweir red, but I don't think you can mirror pool. Yeah, so Hainweir red. Float red. Haste. Attack. Mirror pool. I think you can, what, mirror pool and Lotus Field and get there? Attack for 6. This isn't looking good. Yeah, bad draws on my part. Makes a solid hand from opponent. Not a good mix. Double Forest? What? I'm confused. I'm gonna K command here, scry draw, try and find a soul land so I can line breaker. No, I want to devour here. I want 8 hits off the top, 2 draws. Let's go digging. I don't think I can beat them with the Titan on board. So bottom, it's not it. I need a soul land. Draw. Come on, Jesus. Cavern of Souls, name Eldrazi. We're 1 short, so in that case, I'll play the TKS. ETB trigger, always yield. Ew. Another pact. And I'll take the Scape Shift. Unfortunately, like, none of this was good. Combat, swing in for 3. And pass. They'll pay for Pact. Draw a card. Pact. Dryad. Oh yeah, Dryad's a problem. Valakut trigger. And then it attacks. Another Valakut trigger. Let's save Otawara. Dryad. Attack Vesuva land. Cave. Vesuva Valakut trigger. Target me. Yeah, so I think this should be the win for them. Yeah, so whether I took the Scape Shift or whatnot, it didn't matter. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yep, down to 8, then trigger 2 times 2. Yep, 12. I is dead. Yeah, that draws. I will cut the gemstone. And I guess we'll bring in the third flute. Third flute or the thief? The flute can name Titan or escape shift, but is it kind of a 50-50, or the thief can go after things that are on board? I'll grab the thief then. Yeah. On to play for game 3. Let's see a hasty hand. We do see a hasty hand. Would love a 7-mana value spell off the top. We have 9 hits in addition to 4 temps. I mean, if we hit it and go line break in the line break in the K command, we are in a solid position. Counter Souls, name Eldrazi. We just need to get lucky here. Like I said, we have 9 plus 4, 13 hits off top. Saga trigger, Amulet, that's frightening. Jesus. I can just not catch a break today, apparently. Name Eldrazi. We'll pass and hold K command. Is there a world where I K command a cycle to look for a damp sphere? It might be correct, because I am in danger right now. And done. There's a wayscape. That might be enough. Hurdle man. Camera Souls, name Eldrazi. Kick wayscape for a green. This puts him down a land and cuts off another amulet. So I'll do that. And pass. Next turn we can go for a Ghost Quarter. So I might have to play this a bit more methodically. Another one, Jesus. Razor. Bounce land, bounce the forest. No, Mirror Pool. Okay. Untap, draw. Unclaimed territory. Name Eldrazi. So I'm thinking we go with Mycospawn here. But instead of going... See, I want to go for Ghost Quarter. I will cast... I would love nothing else to go for Ghost Quarter. We can kick the Mycospawn next turn as well. Ghost Quarter kind of holds him at bay for this turn at least. So hold the Ghost Quarter. Yeah, I think it is the safer bet. And we'll hold. Next turn we can kick the Myco, though they might make a construct. It'll be a 2-2 as it stands. If I can draw into a 7-mana value spell or E-Temp, we can kick the Mycospawn and hold the Ghost Quarter. That would be ideal. Passing. So again, we have 13 hits off top. Jesus. Lap. No imprint. If they have a Lotus Field, I'm SOL. Yeah, that would suck. Alright. Well, we go for it. And kick Saga. Next turn we can just dump our hand of line breaks. There's a construct. There's a 2-2. E-Temp. And attack with Mycospawn. Block. No? Down to 17. Like I said, Lotus Field absolutely wrecks me. 5. They need a +1. Do you have an Explorer? Oh, you have a Scape Shift. Son of a... Lotus Field, T West Bounce Land, right? Yeah. Damn. I have so many good hits off the top. Like I said, we were just looking for 13 hits. We just could not find them for the life of us. Because if we were able to hold up the Ghost Quarter, we would have been in a much better position. I do wonder if maybe it would have made sense for us to hold up the Myco Spawn, or rather go for E-Temp the first time and Ghost Quarter the second time. There's an argument for it, but I need to make sure that they didn't win on the spot. I'm going to force them to go through the motions. They should be able to T-West, and from here, go Pact. Pact. Do they only go one Lotus Field? Analyst. Hold the phone. Oh, they went Echoing Depths. I see. And now they can pick up T-West again. They conceded in game 1 for what I could only assume was a misplay, so I'm going to force them to go through the motions. So they need to pick up T-West for another Pact. But they need to make sure they win. Green. Because they're going to need to use Titan to bridge. Oh, Dryads and Yard. Interesting. I guess they can eventually make Shifting Woodlands into Dryad. They're going to need to Pact again for Titan, to then use Titan for Shifting Woodlands. Yeah. There's Titan. I guess the question here is now, can I even win if I play double line break next turn? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One short of 3 line breaks. I mean, if I can play all 3 line breaks, I think I can win. Even 2 line breaks are close. There's a Shifting Woodland on the Aftermath Analyst. Yep, and now Echoing Depths and Lotus Field. Now they have 3 Lotus Fields. Like, they should have the win here. Because what they can do with this is they can, with infinite mana, infinite Titan tokens, infinite haste, they should be able to just make a board full of Titans and attack me for lethal. I just want to make sure they actually see that line. They made Echoing Depths into a copy of Mirror Pool. So I imagine they Mirror Pool for Titan here. Yes. No, I still haven't seen Hainweir. I guess they can do that last. Because if Hainweir's in hand, then he might be fine. I guess, though, they can still, like, go through the motions of Valakut everything. Not Valakut everything, Aura everything, Beseiju everything. Yeah, they should still be able to go through that line. Yeah. So I think there should be no way that I win, or rather, no way that they lose, more accurately. Yeah, they really should. Because now they Shifting Woodlands again, target the Aftermath Analyst, rinse, repeat. Make another Titan, they make more mana, they get more utility lands. T-West. For Pact, okay. Pact. For what? Why wouldn't you just go Shifting Woodlands? I guess I can go for another Titan. Cultivator Colossus, okay. It's going to be the majority of your mana, though. So if you don't have the right lands in hand, Okay, they're going to go Shifting Woodlands first. Smart. I questioned you for a second there. Yep. Another Shifting Woodlands. Okay, so what they're going to do here then is just going to Shifting Woodlands for Dryad, Shifting Woodlands for Aftermath Analyst, and then just win. Okay. So as long as they show me that they're going to go Dryad into Aftermath and then just a loop, then I'll just concede. Because that is showing me a lethal line. Whereas like Cultivate Colossus, I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't care. Yep. And bounce the T-West. Though I think you should be out of tax, right? Already spent 3. Now, Shifting Woodlands for Dryad. Because all you need is... I guess you need 4, 8, 12. Which I think you have. You might be short one. There's Dryad. Oh, no, I think you have enough. Aftermath Analyst. And then just... Yep, okay. And then Valakut triggers target me. Yep, I will concede. Yep, you got it. You showed me the lethal line. That's all I cared about. Alright. Solid match, but a little bit unfortunate. If we had found either the Temple or a 7-mana value spell to be able to play either the Line Breaker or the Wayscape or the Myco Spawn earlier or hold up the Ghost Quarter, it would have been a different match. We had so many opportunities to draw that because they're turn 5, which means it would have been my turn 4. So I had 4 draws and we whiffed hard. So it is what it is. So that's loss number 2, which probably knocks us out of contention for top 8. But c'est la vie. We'll be back for match number 6. Alright, we're back for match 6. On the play for game 1, I will keep... I'd love to see a E-Temp off top, but we can make this work. E-Temp, Line Breaker, Flesh Raker, there's a lot of good options here. Mugen's Lab, Imprint, cast It That Heralds, and pass, Bloodstained Mire, passing, draw. In that case, play Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi, and go to combat for 2, down to 18, 17. Surveil, is this Ruby Storm or Energy? That's the question. Draw, Bloodstained Mire, fetch 16, Mountain, Ruby Storm, Reckless Impulse. I think I need to hold the K command in case they play Ral. Draw, jeez. Combat, swing, and hold. The thing is that they have a Medallion on SOL as well. Plays an Arid Mesa, fetch 13. Mountain, Ritual, Medallion or Ral. There's Ral, perfect. In response, I'm going to ramp Exile. Because by ramping, we do end up putting some damage on board as well. Manamorphose trying to flip. They lose the flip. Perfect. Ral down. Oh, not yet. Necessarily another Ritual. Wins the flip. Flips Ral. And then lose the flip. Okay. Not ideal, but we have a Bajuka Bog. Another Rally? You gotta be joking me. Glimpse. Glimpse hits what? Lose the flip. Another Ritual. And Artist Talent. I need them to lose the flip on the Ritual. Yep. Ritual. I need to lose the flip, wins the flip, which means they can ult Ral. But now, do they have... I forget if they plussed Ral or not. Exile. Alright, let's see. They might just get there. The Artist Talents are doing nothing. Another Ral's nothing. Do they have the other Rens Resolve? They hit another Rens Resolve, so they're going to Rens Resolve again. Ritual. Did they wish? Ral. Rens Resolve. Attempt to flip. Oh, there's a Piff. So I think the Piff gets them there. Yeah, unfortunate. Because they have Wishing Yard. Yeah. Between the Wish and the Ral. Unless they lose all these flips. That would be amazing. Is there a world where they do? There's no reason for me not to force them to win these flips. They win the flip. They flip Ral. They choose not to flip Ral. Wish. Oh, it doesn't matter because they have Grape Shot. Yep. So Ruby Storm lost for game 1. And dead. Brutal. Alright. Well, we have some options from our sideboard that we can work with. Draw a card. Camera Souls. Brutal. Yeah, we brick there. So we have Dam Sphere. Dismember. Could argue Flute, so Gemstone out. Ghost Quarter out. Could even argue Bog out. Cut the Dust. Cut Vestige. We could cut 2 more Vestige. I mean, Chalice on 2 is pretty backbreaking for them, but I'm not sure we want to do that. I mean, on the play, it's a bit better. Alternatively, we can go Flute and name Ral. That's a thought. We could also Thief. I think 2 Flute might make sense, though. Yeah, we'll do that. Could also go Thief, I suppose, but I think Flute's better than Thief in this instance, because Flute can be played at instant speed. They flip Ral, spell on the stack, play Flute, lock Ral. I will keep. So we have a turn 2 Dam Sphere into a line break. Though, might actually go Dam Sphere into Flesh Rake. Pass. Draw. E-Temp. So they shouldn't be able to go off next turn. So I'm actually going to... I mean, if they do, then... yeah, it is what it is. Flesh Rake. Pass. Because this way we can go Line Break into Damp Sphere. And apply Pressure. So they have the turn 2 win in hand. Yeah, I mean... rip me. Fetch 18 for... oh, son of a... no shot. You're going for it? Okay, just gonna go for the Grape Shot. That's fine. Not ideal, but fine. Means I can't play the Line Break plus Damp Sphere unless I draw into a lab. Flute. So in that case, Secluded Courtyard, name Eldrazi, and cast Damp Sphere. Pass. Pass. Is this Prismatic ending? Yep. Attack, 18, draw, Courtyard, name Eldrazi. In that case, red, Line Break, combat, hold Flute. So this way, if they attempt, or if they successfully flip Ral, we can Flute Ral. Fetch Scouting Tarn. Commercial District. And pass. And hold. 2, 4, 5. Ral hits. I'm short on the Sire. Metamorphose. Trigger. They lose the flip. Past in Flames. So we could... No, I think I need to just let this go. Lose the flip down to 10. Ritual. Trigger Ral. Wins the flip, choose not the flip. Metamorphose. Won the flip, choose not the flip. Glimpse. Wins the flip, choose not to flip. 4 cards in exile. Ritual. Ritual Resolve. Wins the flip, chooses to flip. Ritual. Flute. Naming Ral. Leyline Prodigy. And pass. Lose the flip down to 9. Alright. Comes down now to whether or not they can win off what's in hand and in yard down to 6. Do you have another Piff? Or not a Piff, Prismatic Ending? Oh, because... Yeah, that's unfortunate timing. And they should be able to win from here, I think. Damn. Yeah, I think they have it. Unfortunate timing. Wish. And they have Grape Shot and Grape Shot. Yeah. I guess maybe we could have played the Damp Sphere earlier. Maybe that would have been better. I just was not expecting them to Ritual Ral into Grape Shot to get rid of the Flesh Rake. So I think if I had been able to get that on board into Line Break Damp Sphere, we may have been able to win. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I mean, like I said, they should just have the win here. I don't foresee a way out for me. Because just Ritual, you can Reckless Impulse, recast Piff. Yeah. Metamorphose. Cast Prismatic. Oh, I guess, do they not have a mana reducer now? I guess not, actually. Yeah, no mana reducer. That is important. I don't think it matters. I think they have enough to win. Ritual. Yeah, because now you cast Grape Shot, win. Yeah, that seems right. Artist Talent, and then Grape Shot. Okay. Unfortunate. So that will be the end of this match. They had the answers when they needed them. I'd say relatively close. Maybe I could have played a little tighter, but I can't complain too much. But that there will be the end of tonight's challenge. Definitely no way I make it into top 8, unfortunately. But still pretty happy with the 3-3 record. Again, if you did not catch me at the beginning, we did miss match 1 as well as game 1 of match 2 because my recording ended up being destroyed because my PC restart. So it got erased, unfortunately. So we started with match 2, game 2 against Living End, and obviously have everything thereafter. So overall, pretty happy with the results. Our losses were to Blink, Titan, and Ruby Storm. Overall, I think our losses were pretty close. I do think the adjustments I've made to the deck, bringing Wasescape in main, as well as one Allah's Dust, have been positive. So I'm happy in that regard. I think the deck still needs to be tuned a little bit, probably in the sideboard as well. But overall, pretty happy with Eldrazi Aggro. Of course, we'll be back to our normal rotation starting tomorrow with Basking Brute Scale into Eldrazi Aggro, Eldrazi Tron, or Eldrazi Ramp, then Eldrazi Tron, and I'll then take a look and see what the most viewed video is for that week, and then we'll do another weekend with that deck. But with that being said, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It'd be much appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. At which point, I'll be able to start monetizing these videos, allow me to start saving up towards a stream PC so I can stream live over on Twitch. In the meantime, though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over my Patreon, where you can get early access to my YouTube videos. With that being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!